the second opportunity to make a contribution on the budget. And I also would like to refer to the fact that we've had a chance to reflect on it, and certainly with the size of the budget and the money involved, we need a lot more time. But again, to quote Social Justice Ireland, it says this budget will leave a regressive legacy. And they welcome the good things, as so do I, but overall they point out that a couple with only one error on 100,000 is better off by €73.35. That includes TDs and myself in the Dáil. We're all better off as a result of the budget. A couple, however, with only one earner on 30,000 is only better off by €3.34. Budget Ireland goes on to show that despite the vast resources, the government's 5 budgets have been cumulatively regressive. Now, I could spend a few minutes welcoming the good things, so let me place that on the record. What's difficult for me, and I'm here since 2016, I think that's 8 or 9 budgets. Now more than ever, we have no choice but to bring in a different type of budget framed within transformative action. And I spoke about that yesterday, that we're in a republic 75 years later, and we're not a bit embarrassed. And actually, not alone are we not embarrassed, we believe if we don't talk about it, it's not happening. So in the 2 beautiful speeches yesterday, many pages, homelessness wasn't mentioned. 14,486 people not mentioned in either of the speeches. Now that tells us a lot, because to understand this budget, we need to understand what's happening on the ground. And how could 2 senior ministers give 2 speeches and not mention homelessness of the extent that it is? And again, Social Justice Ireland point that out, how it has increased and increased and increased. The number of homeless people accessing emergency accommodation in August of this year reached a record of 14,486. I don't think I could say that number often enough, because that doesn't even capture the hidden homelessness. Setting a new high for each passing month marks a staggering 71% increase since the introduction of Housing for All, which really is housing for some, and a 122% increase since the previous strategy, Rebuilding Ireland. The government is presiding over the worst homelessness crisis on record. The current strategy is not working. Now, I've said on record that I appreciate the work that Social Justice Ireland do. I do not agree with everything they say, but I want to thank them for their analysis and their preparatory work before the budget, and also to the Parliamentary Budget Office. So why am I standing here today when so many good things are in the budget? We have raised the minimum wage. We have given money to parents. We have given once-off measures to help with the cost of living crisis, all very welcome. We've put money into the social sector, Minister, the PPNs, which I know is near to your heart. But we've done that within a context that's not even outlined. Most of our energy, despite efforts for wind energy onshore and offshore, still comes from non-renewable sources. There is absolutely no hope in Galway City in relation to housing. There is very little hope in relation to the amount of people on trolleys, and I quoted the figures yesterday, 52 yesterday, 1,000 in 1 month on trolleys. Now surely within a budget we'd begin to look at that and analyse, why is that happening? And it's happening really because of underinvestment for years, but also promotion of private health and private medicine, which is benefiting and making profits. Indeed, the Dogishke Clinic and the one in Dublin was able to announce huge expansion plans lately. And my belief, and I could be wrong, is because they know they can rely on public money with public patients going in there as part of our system. But what dum diru is Johannish cursi Gaelga, agus an aspifisha, agus an gá a bhí an le chur leis an mBuiséad ó híomh cuasaí Gaeilge agus na Gaeltachtaí. Agus níli gceist ach méadú súrach ó híh an méid a bhí agus atá ag tastal. Agus tá mé mháil den costa Gaeilge, agus le nílas agman 8 mbliana nús tá muid géisteacht go géir agus go crin le dramana éagsúla ag teachtós ar cór, chur deachar is atá sé síl inmharanach a bhés agat sna Gaeltachtaí. So tá gá le tror línse ó híh cuasaí planála, tá gá le tuile airgid do údar as na Gaeltachta, agus onas go maiid siad an feimú mar is ceart, agus nílí gceist ach 6 milliún breise, thart ar 6 milliún breise, airgid súrach in áréire. Tá na heagrachtaí ar an talamh chun na Gaeilge, banú, ag ráúin go bhfuil gá le méadú suntasach chun na haimena chun cén, chun ag cintú go maith Gaeltacht inmharana agan, agus níl sé sin, is tócha go bhfuil aspa tuiscin a omláin. Bhí sé sin le feici freisin sna hóráidí gan focail Gaeilge, bhí aber Joáin I dús na hóráidí ag an Ara Chambers agus aber sa Deireadh, ní rá focail ag an Ara eile. Agus sin sampla don aspetiscana chuirí mé mar sinné ó híh na Gaeilgeide. Tá siad ag impú oran agus ar an cathaoirleach, gat lá rud a dhéanamh, bart a dhéanamh, na tróracha planála a ailsiú, neart cuacht a thabhairt agus neart acuiní do údar as na Gaeltachta, onas go maic agus go maith siad an na dúlgais atá orú a cholínú ó hí fostaíochta teanga agus pobl. Níl siad an é sin a dhéanamh, agus nílí gceist ach méadú beag, ní bhaidh siad an tithíochta a chur fáil, ní bhaidh siad an chuí a chur ar na fergnamh atá agah atá folamh. Ní bhaidh siad inachcuin é sin a dhéanamh, agus tá gá le tiilú muoinú dómh. I'll finish inis what two things that capture for me the complete lack of vision and disrespect for people. One is the Help to Buy scheme, which has now been renewed till 2029, which every single review has said, don't do this. This is costing too much and keeping the prices too high. And the last thing I will say is I welcome the increases in children's allowance, although I would have much preferred a children's allowance increase on an ongoing basis. But there are 3, a double and a payment for newborns. And I find that extremely cynical that this government would value newborns while pushing through a mother and baby redress scheme, which completely gives no value to children under 6 months that spend time in nursing home, mother and baby homes. I'll finish on that a cathaoirleach, but I really find it ironic and unacceptable, and it really captures the absence of solidarity with ordinary people on the ground.